Worried. They're 11-6. I'm not worried. I'm terrified. I'm distressed. My stomach is in knots. All right? Christian Watson is gone. He's the deep threat. He's gone. He's the deep threat.
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't looking great to begin with, and now, I mean, it's not serious.
No,
but,
it seems like it was what happened to Purdy.
Yeah, it seems similar.
Weird in back-to-back weeks. Yeah.
But I will say this. I know Adam Schefter recently just reported that Jalen Hurts has still not cleared concussion protocol. But beyond that, let's say Hurts is playing and he's fine. I actually feel good about the Packers' chances of beating Philadelphia.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
Look, because I think Philly, as good as they are, is sometimes can be iffy.
This is why I'm the Saquon guy.
Like, I really
don't believe
I'm not worried about Saquon. I just think Philly should be favored. I get that. But I think the Packers can go in there and win that game. My pick, though, was to get them to the Super Bowl. So to win 3 games, that's going to be.
They would have to, right.
That's
They would
really
then.
tough.
We do know that if the Packers were to beat Philly, they then have to go play Detroit.
Yeah,
because they're the 7th seed.
So it's tough for them to get to the Super Bowl. But I actually think, especially if Jalen's out, they should beat Philly.
Well, if Jalen's
but
out,
if he's healthy, I still think they got a great chance to at least win that game.
Yeah, I don't love the way they're going into the playoffs. So they've lost 2 straight. Last year going to the playoffs, they're pretty hot. They had won 3 straight. Yep. So that was good. And you look at the first time these 2 teams played, I think Philly turned the ball over twice on the first 2 drives. The game was fairly close, and then Jalen had a late interception, I think, in the red zone. So there are 3 turnovers. Now, the Packers have been able to do that quite a bit through the season. They're 4th in the league in takeaways. And the reason I like the Packers is that they're balanced. They're pretty good against the run. I think they're 5th running the ball and 7th against the run. Obviously, Saquon was a problem in the first game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had the receiving touchdown. I don't love where Jordan is in terms of his progression. I think it's regressed to some degree. Now, do you add the element of the injury? Right. But if they can stay balanced, and I think they'll keep it close.
You give them a chance?
I definitely.
I mean, like a decent.
I think they
got a good chance.
All right. Well, listen. I got to see Jalen Hurts' health. If he's healthy, they're cooked. And even if he's not, and somehow they can win that game, they're not great at anything, and that's the problem. The problem is they're not. Yeah, they're not.
Their
horrible.
Run game is really good.
They're not horrible at anything, but they're not great at anything. And this graphic should worry you. Who were like the teams that just were awful in their own division this year? They had the same NFC North record as the Bears. The Bears. Everybody just laughed at all year. And so that's not a team.
I mean, you act like this division was some sort of slouch division. You got 2 14-win teams.
No, I understand, Coach, but in order for them to get to the Super Bowl, they have to beat these teams in their division and Philly, and those Philly and the 2 playoff teams from their division, other playoff teams, are 5-0 against them.
I'm gonna remind you of the take that really made you question yourself. Coaching. You do know the Packers have the coaching advantage.
Oh, yes. Oh,
So
in
that-
this match in the
Yeah,
Phillies
against
in
Philly.
Yeah.
I mean, Sirianni gets it done. He wins, and I've defended him.
Okay, he wins.
But LaFleur is a better coach.
I guess he is, if you don't. Okay. Let's talk about this. Who cares where Tyreek is headed next? We're talking about the Packers. All right. So Brew is obviously still believing in them. So is Mangini. Nick Wright saying that they are cooked. Listen, Watson going down, that's a tough one. I had a feeling that he was going to be down based on how I saw him get injured and then how he kind of got carted away. I thought it was going to be unlikely that it was some sort of sprain or tweak. And obviously a torn ACL is a rough one. Jordan Love, again, I don't know the situation with Jordan Love and what he's going to look like and all of that. This is obviously going to be a brutal game going into Philly. The Packers haven't been playing well. They're not healthy. But that's the thing. So I think the Packers are actually a really, really, really good team. I really do believe that. What worries me, because I was worried about the Packers, like, what worries me about the Packers is the fact that they have been unable to rise to the occasion. they feel unprepared. They're not coming out with the level of intensity that you need them to. That's my concern. It's not the talent. It's, do you want to play ball? Like, they did not come out strong against the Vikings. They did not come out strong against the Bears. I mean, like, how they played against the Bears, injuries or not, even before some of these injuries, like, it's indefensible to me. It is. It's indefensible. When you look around the league and see what some of these other teams have done to these to their lesser teams in the final couple of weeks, you see them rolling. You see these teams be dominant. We saw what the Ravens did to the Steelers, to the Texans. We saw what the Eagles did to the Giants. To what the Eagles did to, the Cowboys. And then you have this and you're like, well, what is this? Where's the energy? Where's the intensity? Where's the attention to detail? What's the plan of attack here? So that's what concerns me. That's what frustrates me. As someone from the outside looking in, I'm like, what the heck, man? Do you care? I hate when it feels like I care more than the team. I hate that. Because then I think to myself, why should I care more than the players? Why should I care more than this team? It makes me angry. But again, it's hard to really know because you had injuries. Love goes down. Malik Willis played pretty good, 10 for 13, 136 yards, 10.5 yards per attempt, a 109 rating. They had multiple turnovers, the fake punt. If that's even considered a fake punt, whatever it's like the official, terminology would be for that. Because I feel like when you say fake punt, it's like an actual like fake and then you throw, but fake punt return. Caleb was comfortable all day, 21 for 29, only 1 sack, 7 for 14 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down, whereas the Packers were 3 for 10 on third and 0 for 1 on fourth. I mean, they held the Bears to 83 rushing yards and 141 passing, and they still lost. It's a tough pill to swallow. The run game was dominant. 183 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. It's just, I would be okay with a loss here if it felt like the Packers still gave their best effort, and they didn't. If anything, that's the silver lining in a weird way. Why you would maybe have faith in them to beat the Eagles, especially if the Eagles aren't full strength like Jalen Hurts. Because then you're talking about now, a quarterback who's never been in the playoffs before, potentially, like, then it's like all bets are off. But even with Jalen Hurts there, the faith and the confidence and the silver lining and the optimism that you can have about the Green Bay Packers is we have not been playing our best ball at all. It's one thing if we're losing and we're playing our best ball. That actually feels worse. But the fact that you haven't been playing high quality football, pretty suspect football over these last couple of weeks, you're like, okay, just don't do that and we can win. We've almost actually won a couple of these games playing objectively bad football. Imagine if we just play good football. Maybe we can win some games. So if any, and not to mention this type of loss, I mean, you hear them all. Everyone's saying, the Packers have no chance. Packers have no chance. That could easily infest the Eagles locker room. Yeah, we got this. The Packers, they're done. Watson's hurt. They got no one on defense. Psh, we can win with our backup quarterback. That could definitely happen. Jordan Love, he's not good. He's regressed. His elbow's messed up now. We're going to throw in Malik Willis. Best of luck there. And then before you know it, boom. Packers march down there on the field. They're up 21-0 going into the second quarter. I mean, like, it's all there. It's all possible. The Packers saw it happen last year. I don't think the Packers and any of the fans are in a position to predict that, but it's all possible. I think the Packers will bring a level of intensity this week. It's going to be a wake-up call. You got to believe that every single coach is telling to their players, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We are the Green Bay Packers. There is a lot of pride in this franchise. There's a lot of history here. We are not some run-of-the-mill franchise. We are not the Cleveland Browns. We are not the Carolina Panthers. We are the Green Bay Packers. We ball till we fall, no matter what the situation is. So let's get after it. And in a way, if they won this game, and if they won this game easily, yeah, they were playing good ball maybe, but they would probably kind of like, all right, we're good now, baby, let's go. Instead, every single Green Bay Packer and coaching staff, they're facing demons. They are looking in the mirror saying, oh my God. And that lights your hair on fire, man. It's sink or swim. And in a lot of ways, that sink or swim mentality, especially with a really young team, is exactly the energy that you need against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles on the road first playoff game. And again, then you have some of these other variables. Is Jalen Hurts playing? Even if he is playing, is he practicing? How rusty is the dude going to be? Can the guy even see straight? There's real variables now. So don't count the Packers out just yet. Don't have this over-the-moon optimism either, because I think that would probably be a little extreme. But I don't think you got to just bury them and just be like, they're done. Game over. I don't think that's fair either. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Green Bay Packers? Are you worried about them? How do you think they've been playing leading into the playoffs? Any predictions? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.